Giving our praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Charakwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shouts to all the sincere elect out there. Keep pushing, keep fighting. Prophecies coming to pass, as we can see. So this devil's losing his mind. Nero is losing his mind, man. So he came in with the turn of the 2026. He turned it up, he ramped it up, which is in fulfillment of prophecy. So in the year of apostates, agents, and sellouts. So Satan knows he's got a short time. Another Trump enemy, John Bolt, is criminally indicted. There's a lot of infighting taking place in this Senate. Former advisor laughs at Trump's Iranian threat. So he's got a lot of infighting taking place. A lot of people are coming out and speaking against him. Once former advisor. Let's check out some of these videos. Lord willing, and as we know, it's getting to the scriptures, which is a fulfillment of prophecy.
Have room to maneuver, and he currently believes, I think, that if he threatens the use of force, that this will finally induce the Ayatollahs to be serious about negotiating the end of the nuclear weapons program. He's wrong on that because they're not going to negotiate the end of the program. I think really the Ayatollahs.
I mean, you don't know that I'm going to even do it. You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. I can tell you this, that
he be laughing. He be laughing at his own at the president. The president, so-called president, he's become a laughing stock of his own people. Once again, Revelation 12 and 12, he's losing his mind because he knows he's running out of time.
Iran's got a lot of trouble.
Yes, I don't think he knows what to do as of the moment we speak. And he doesn't like to be in these kinds of situations where he has to make a choice that he can't reverse the next day. He'd much rather have room to maneuver. And he currently believes, I think, that if he threatens the use of force, that this will finally induce the Ayatollahs to be serious about negotiating the end of the nuclear weapons program. He's wrong on that because they're not going.
Which, as we can see now, he's lost his mind, which is already bombed. Which I got some stats here, which I got from one of the elders. Some stats on how many places have been bombed so far. Somalia, right? 127 strikes, more than Bush, Obama, and Biden. Right? This is the stats that Elder Yashuambo put up, and I got the snapshot of it. This is Yemen, major air campaign, 481 strikes in 5 months, deleted 250 civilians, bombed migrants and detention facilities. Syria continued intensified 70 targets in operation retaliation strikes. Operation Hawkeye, retaliation strikes. This was in 2025, by the way. These were to the latter end or middle stage of 2025. Iraq's been bombed, continued strikes. Yeah, they deleted ISIS. That was 2025. Second in command, they deleted him. ISIS second in command. Iran, first US president to bomb Iran, Operation Midnight Hammer. That's in line with the scriptures. The devil, the Edomites, their military, devil incarnate has been described as a hammer. The power that they be wielding, be crushing and smashing, which is in fulfillment of prophecy, Revelation 6. So, bombers, what's that? Bombers, 30,000 bunkers busters on nuclear sites. 30,000 bunker busters on nuclear sites. This I like to bring out these stats, these receipts, right? Because it's all gonna Revelation 18. says that their sins have massed up into the heavens, and they're going to have to pay back for it. This is their record. You're going into their archive, their record, their criminal record. The background check of the Edomites is coming out, and the Mossad is going to hold it against them, and all the things that we are not aware of too, right? All the things that happened to Yashua Allah, the black people in slavery. That's their background check. That's their criminal record. So this one here, Venezuela, new military action, 29 bombings of boats, docks since 2025, strikes on Venezuela and Venezuelan land. Yeah, because every time I was watching the news towards the latter end of 2025, they were saying these boats are drug trafficking and we got to bomb them. Maybe they're pirates. But it all falls in line with him wanting to get, as my brother brought out, the root of, we're going to get to the root of it all. The Lithianian Triangle. Spanish, there you have it. It is the Lithian Triangle, composed by the borders of Argentina, Bolivia, and China. Right, so they want to control that. And the Lithium Triangle spanning Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia contains 60 to 70% of the world's lithium reserves. In recent years, this region has become a focal point of China's resources strategy, with China companies investing over 16 zillion billion in South America lithium projects between 2018 and 2027. I just tapped it in. Why is the Lithium Triangle important? The triangle is a high altitude area straddling China, Argentina, and Bolivia, which holds 50. It says here 56 of the world's lithium reserves. Present itself as the perfect opportunity. There is enough lithium in China alone to satisfy the world's needs, which can be sourced entirely from Britain. And so that's the Lithium Triangle. I just tapped that in because Elder Apostle Tahar made mention of it's the root of it is about resources. Also in Venezuela, there's gold. There's that also, lithium, and there's also copper. And all these things can be used. A lot of it can be used in technology. And there's a lot of hidden things why they be getting things, that are yet to be revealed for us. As we know, the rabbit hole goes deep. So, yeah, for technology purposes, AI, and obviously to empower them with a whole heap of money. Oh, not forgetting the gold as well, while they're in Venezuela. There's a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things going on. With Esau, ever since he's been ruling, the earth has been given unto the hand of the wicked. Let's get back to watch a couple of these videos. I found this interesting because everybody's saying the UN says US raid on Venezuela violated national law. Let's check out some of these clips.
The government of Venezuela has characterized the United States' action as a military aggression carried out in civilian and military areas and as a flagrant violation of the Charter, posing a threat to international and regional peace and security. As we speak, President Maduro is being held in New York, accused by U.S. authorities, along with his wife, Celia Flores, of serious criminal offenses. What is less certain is the immediate future of Venezuela.
Oh, they said he was a T. They called him a T and a criminal. Well, they use that as an excuse to go there, which we know, as we mentioned, to get him because of the rich resources in Venezuela. And it's not only, as what Elder said, and as a matter of fact, it's not only US want their resources. There's China too. There's Russia too. So this is the UN speaking against it. They're saying it violated national law, which other countries would be saying the same thing. who's going to be next? Is it going to be us? Which is going to lead into, it's not taking place yet, but as we know, WW3.
I am deeply concerned about the possible intensification of the instability in the country.
Yep.
The potential impact on the region and the precedent it may set for how relations between and among states. I remain deeply concerned that rules of international law have not been respected with regard to the 3 January military action. The Charter enshrines the prohibition of the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state.
Yep. So they're deeply concerned because I typed it in here. You got a lot of people coming forward. The countries are concerned. Starmer, what's he saying? Prime Minister Keir Starmer, what's he saying? He's no doubt he's for it. Let's hear it. He says what is he saying? What is he saying? Let's see if we could get it.
Some people might be puzzled listening to you say that you think America might not be in breach of international law over Venezuela. I can't find an international lawyer who thinks this is anything other than a blatant breach.
International law
and lawyers are even coming out. We're going to get one of them clips as well.
Has to be the framework and the anchor, the benchmark, if you like, against which we gauge all actions of all governments across the world. It's important we don't lose sight of the substance here. The president was illegitimate, and the thing that we need above all else is a peaceful transition to democracy. That was the position of this government before the weekend. It remains the position of this government.
Donald Trump was asked about that just in the last few hours. He sounded much more interested in getting American oil companies into Venezuela in a hurry than he did in having democratic elections in a hurry. That's the guy, isn't he? That's what he's like.
I speak for our government, and let me be absolutely clear that peaceful transition to democracy is the #1 priority in Venezuela. That's been our position before the weekend. It remains our position. I do think that it's important to just look in.
I can't hack it. I can't hack this guy. He's skating around it, man. Skating around it. That's typical politician talk, double speak. Don't want to be pinned down. But that's the Prime Minister of Babylon, or the mother of Babylon. This guy here too, right? He doesn't like. He's a former Trump advisor. He's speaking up against him as well. And also, here's the lawyer here. David Cole, on the legality of the U.S. attack on Venezuela. And this video don't play, but I got the video that will play. This is from the Democracy Now, and he's giving his 2 cents. The illegality of the U.S. attack on Venezuela. It's illegal. That's what the law. That's what the law says, according to the law, and we want to let this play. And I'm not profiting from this video at no point. Disclaimer, 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 for education purposes only. Let's check out this video.
Said the U.S. had no authority to enter Venezuela and oust Maduro.
They did not just do ships off the water. They went inside Venezuela, bombed civilian as well as military places, and it's a violation of the law to do what they did without getting the authorization of Congress.
All of this comes after months of U.S.
See, that goes back to the title of this video. The devil's running out of time. He's losing his mind. Hence, the devil come down with great wrath because he knows he's running out of time. The devil incarnate, right, which is the Edomites today, so-called white people, come down with great wrath knowing they've got short
attacks
time.
on boats, who the Trump administration accused of carrying drugs in the Caribbean and Pacific near Venezuela, though not providing evidence. For more, we're joined in Washington, D.C. by David Cole, constitutional law expert and professor in law and public policy at the Georgetown University Law
So I wonder what the law has to say. Expert in law, David Cole.
Center, former ACLU National Legal Director. He's just written a piece for the New York Review of Books. It's headlined, Trump's War. The invasion of Venezuela is not law enforcement. It's imperialism, pure and simple. Professor Cole, welcome back to Democracy Now! Lay out your argument. This key
And
point
greed.
that they're making, they did not consult Congress, Trump, Rubio, the Trump administration, because this is a law enforcement operation. What does that mean?
So it's clearly not a law enforcement operation. This is an operation that began by summarily executing hundreds of people, over 100 people on boats
Yep,
who are
yep.
claimed to be smuggling drugs. It escalated to bombing a loading dock within Venezuela. It included an embargo on.
So the first thing he came out and said was that this is not a law enforcement. This is not a law enforcement. In other words, he said, this is what the devil be doing, lying. I want to hear that again. Say that again. We're going to hit some precepts. This is all in fulfillment of prophecy.
Operation.
This is a law enforcement operation. What does that mean?
So it's clearly not a law enforcement operation. This is an operation that began by summarily executing hundreds of people, over 100 people on boats who are claimed to be smuggling drugs. It escalated to bombing a loading dock within Venezuela. It included an embargo on ships to Venezuela. And finally, an invasion in which many targets were bombed. We did pull out Maduro and his wife, but that was the excuse. That wasn't the justification. And Trump made that
Boom!
very clear. We are running the country. We are giving access to our oil companies to its oil. This was not a law enforcement operation. It was an excuse for imperialist intervention.
Right, and he mentioned the oil too.
And
It's not.
You mentioned imperialist intervention.
It's no secret.
There have been similar actions by the United States in the past. Obviously, the invasion of Dominican Republic in 1965 to prevent a popular rebellion that was in the process of restoring its democratically elected president. There was also the 1983 invasion of Grenada by the Reagan administration. And interestingly, we're hearing reported by Cuba that 32 of its nationals were killed in this most recent attack. Back in 1983, more than 20 Cubans who were assisting the Grenadian government were also killed as they were resisting the U.S. Invasion. This is obviously not just a one-off of the Trump administration. This is a...
Yep, and this is what's going to be held against the devil. Revelation 18. His sins have mashed up into heaven, and you're going to have to pay it back double. Right? All the invasions that took place in history is documented. More importantly, yeah, they got the stats, they got the documents, but the Most High got them in the heavens, which are going to bring. They're going to have to pay. They're going to have to be an accountant for all of those invasions. The devil. Revelation chapters 12 and 12 says, "Wherefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have a short time." Hence, what's taking place on earth right now. One of the latest ones. And I've done the video on what's happening over there in Nigeria as well. He's bombing the as they want to stand up to call themselves Christians, he's bombing the Ishmaelites or the Muslims, the ISIS out there, because they're terrorizing the Christians. So they say. But the devil be doing what the devil be doing.
Continuing pattern of the United States in dealing with governments that, in one way or another, try to exert their sovereignty or independence in contradiction to the U.S. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, look, the whole world order is based...
These are his own. The Edomites are coming to the Psalms 64. Their tongue be falling upon themselves. Edomites against Edomites, man. Egypt coming up against Egypt. But there's a whole heap of scriptures I can get. But let's carry on.
On the principle, probably the first principle of international law, that countries have to...
David Cole, Professor, University Law Center.
Respect their neighbors, and they can't simply invade a neighbor or any other sovereign nation because they don't like the way they're running things there. If Canada were to bomb U.S. Drug manufacturers because...
He's prophesying right there. Esau be coming against Esau, man. He's bringing it out. Bring it out.
Because drugs are being brought across the Canadian border, we wouldn't say that's okay. If Mexico were to bomb gun manufacturers in the United States because our guns are killing thousands of Mexicans every year in Mexico, we wouldn't say that's okay. If Trump said that Biden was an illegitimate president, if Russia invaded the United States and abducted Biden to put him on trial in Russia, we wouldn't say that's okay. The whole premise of the international.
I'm impressed with what he's saying. I mean, you couldn't have put it better yourself. Oh, this is beautiful. This is Psalm 64, man. The tongue be falling.
Our guns are killing thousands of Mexicans every year in Mexico. We wouldn't say that's okay. If Trump said that Biden was an illegitimate president, if Russia invaded the United States and abducted Biden to put him on trial in Russia, we wouldn't say that's okay. The whole premise of...
Just imagine the uproar if that did happen. The devil, he lose his mind. But that's a dictator for you, man. You know, if you was to give them a taste of their own medicine, see how they will reach the Most High. Psalm 60, Isaiah 63. When he returned, man, he's gonna get them, gonna laser them up, and he's gonna capture up the elites and shackle them up, and they're gonna be on the cotton field. They're gonna get a taste of their own medicine. Also, Revelation 18, once again, you're gonna have to pay back double for their sins. So the fugitive got to do what the fugitive of the earth, the devil, the stout. Matter of fact, let me hit another precept. Got to bring this one out, man. This is heavy, man. This is Revelation 6. Revelation 6, and it says, "And there went out another horse." As a matter of fact, I'm going to hit that one. I'm going to let him carry on. The tongue falling upon himself there. I'm going to hit a couple of precepts and we've got to end it.
Of the international order is that we respect each other's borders. And when we do this, we just give a green light to Russia. Why should it stop at Ukraine? We give a green light to China. Go into Taiwan. This is really putting the world on a very, very dangerous course. And have we done it in the past? Yes. But violating the law in the past doesn't justify violations of the law today.
And I wanted to ask you now about the status of Maduro. Clearly, he's going to appear in court today, and in terms of, but he will be entitled clearly to a defense. And what's your sense of the whole issue of whether?
Right, so that's the point right there. That's the point. You ain't got to beat a dead horse, but yeah, that's what they did. They captured him. Right, the president, the leader of Venezuela, and a lot of people are saying, "Who's next?" It's causing instability, and they're gonna have to. All the other countries are gonna have to link up to defend against this bully. Revelation 6:4 says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given him that sat therein to take peace from the earth." Hence what's happening with Iran, the bombings. I just read out the stats. Bombings that have been taking place. Nigeria also, the latest one here, Venezuela. He's gone out, he's bombing up the place. Power was given him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him the great sword. That's what he's doing with the sword, which goes back into Genesis, the Esau and Jacob, and that was his gift. Esau's gift was the sword to take peace from the earth, and he's gone around the sword he's gone around the world with his sword, as a fugitive he is, as a devil he is, the devil incarnate, and he did exactly that, took him peace from the earth. So Habakkuk chapters 2, where I looked up the history of his military bases. Was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday. They got them all over the world. The embassies, the military bases. He also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarged his desires as hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto all nations and heapeth unto him all people. All right. He's got his military and he doesn't keep you at home. Shall not these, that's the point right there. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. He also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, not keepeth at home. That's the point. He's got his military bases all around the world, up there in the thousands, as I brought out the stats yesterday in the video I did yesterday. Up there in the thousands. The ones that are known and the ones that are underground, hidden. As one of the apostles says, there's a lot of hidden ones as well that they want to keep stealth. So this is the devil just doing what the devil do, fulfilling prophecy. So he doesn't keep it at home. Let's get this one here. Another one in Daniel chapter 4 and 17 says, this matter is by decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. Right. Who are these people today? Job chapter 30 and verse 1 talks about them. The whole of the chapter, how they're the base men, what they used to do, how they were, to roam around grumbling, right? Just like you hear about those old caveman movie, Captain Caveman and all of that. You know what I mean? And what's the other one? The Flintstone movie. That's them. That's their history. The base men, but the Most High gave them, he gave it to them. He gave them the power to rule. He setteth them up, and it's going to be him that bringeth them down. And let's get Daniel 7 and 20, and this could be the last one. It says, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of the horn that had eyes and a mouth that spoke very great things, right, whose look was more stout than his fellow. Right, it's talking about that horn that came out of the 10 horns, and that's the Americas today, right? Came out of the 10 horns, the BRIC nations. So the Americas came out of Babylon, or the mother of Babylon, and they've been given that power, right? As we looked at in Revelation, to wield that sword, Revelation 6, to wield that sword, and he's going to walk around the whole earth and wield that sword, his gift to take peace from the earth, right? Otherwise described as that horn. Even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth, and the eyes represent, they got eyes all over the place, the CCTV, they got the drones, they got the, what's up there in the sky, the satellite dishes, they see everything, as it mentions also in Daniel, that they are wiser than Daniel. Also, that's also in Ezekiel 28. The beauty that they did display, the wisdom that they display. Like so they are wiser than Daniel. They see what's going on. Right? As a matter of fact, they be watching the prophets. But yes, but the Most High be watching you. Right? The Most High be watching you. Every move you make, every breath you take, the Most High is watching you, and he's got you. Right? And he's got your history and your background check also. And it's gonna come, you're gonna have to pay an account of it all in the power and the spirit of the Lord, right? That he spoke very great things, the blasphemy against the Most High. That's the blasphemy, blaspheming, saying that he himself is God. That's also in Ezekiel 28, saying he himself is God. The Most High says, you are not God, you are just man. As a matter of fact, you're not just man, you're the basis of men, the lowest of all men. And that's also going to be made manifest too, when you're back where you belong, on the cotton field, serving at your time. Once again, disclaimer for this video, just for educational purposes. Disclaimer. But that's really the point. Even their own people, as the scripture says, they're coming up against them. They got infighting a lot against them. the former advisors coming up against Trump, laughing at him. He's a laughing stock. And he's David Cole, the professor law of law. He's speaking out the illegality of the attack on Venezuela. So, yeah, he speaketh great things. His look was more stout than his neighbor. And that's exactly right. He's losing his mind. Revelation 12 and 12, man. They're losing their mind. They know they've got a short time, hence he's getting sloppy with it. And he's become a laughing stock. Even in also, you know, you've got here, people in the UN says US raid on Venezuela violated international law. Right? His own people, man. You understand? You know, the former advisor, he's laughing at him. And he hasn't just started. You know, the infighting that's taking place in the Senate. That's why you got a lot of these they call them infighting, speaking out, people coming out and speaking against them. The word escapes me, but infighting taking place. Hence Psalm 64, the tongue be falling upon himself. So he's looking sloppy, he's getting sloppy, and it's all exposing. And that's what the ultimate's going to happen with Nero, just like what happened with Nero, the emperor of Nero. He went mad. He actually eventually committed suicide. And also, don't forget about the what's happening. He's been accused of the pedo. With I might have to do another video on that. With the Jeffrey Epstein files, he's been accused of that. So he's ramping out because, you know, everything's going to come against him in due time, and he recognizes that he's got a short time. So that's the point right there, man. He recognizes he's got a short time. He's losing his mind. The devil himself. The Wada Yobashima Shai, Kala Yobashima Shai. Prophecy. The devil himself is losing his mind. He knows he's got a short time. To the next one, Akim.